You're on the substitute bench, Ant-Man. Alright, we have islands. AR12's second home map. It's a very, very solid water player. So I'm looking forward to seeing this. Erikur didn't put up his best performance on migration, so it should be interesting to see how they perform on islands. So islands, as the name states, you have islands. Erikur going to Berbers for this one, so he will have faster moving ships. Whereas Saracens, I don't think they even drafted Italians, the Ghost. Maybe Italians are banned. I could check that. And Saracens with faster attacking galleys. Let's have a quick look at the draft here. Vikings are banned. Italians are not drafted at all for what I can see. Oh, banned, yeah. Snipe and banned, yeah. Must be an old command, Ant-Man. Well. So islands here. Berbers for Erikur, faster moving ships. Saracens for AR12, faster shooting galleys. Both ships with good potential for landings as well, I'd say. It's islands, so if you could sneak in a landing. If you fall behind, your best and maybe only option is going for a landing and trying to deal some damage to the opponent that way and get back into it. But both have bonuses for their ships. Easier hit and run potential for Berbers with their faster moving rate, but higher damage output potential for Saracens with the faster firing rate. So what to talk about of the early islands games here? Dock going up kind of to the side for AR12 here, but it's a good position because there's lots of deep fish here to be taken. Erikur going semi back dock as well. He's going to drop it around here, I think. And he's going to be later to his first dock. AR12's dock almost complete by the time Erikur starts his first dock. I mean, I won't be producing any military just yet, so in that sense it doesn't really matter. But still, you'd want your dock up at roughly the same time as your opponent. You can't scout and see that, obviously, but just to get the fish out, AR12 will now be producing the first fishing ship earlier, and it's out, and that's going to give him a slight villager lead already. Almost one whole villager lead here, as the players are getting their ecos rolling and setting up for that feudalish click. So islands, as opposed to migration, you have a much larger island and then waters in between. Some neutral resources in the middle, a little bit of stone here, 700 stone, and then 2 times, 4,800 gold in the middle here. So if it goes to late game and the resources start running out, you'd have to contest the islands in the middle as well. This has just enough space for a castle, as far as I know. Otherwise, you could also try and secure it with towers or something, if you want the gold miners in the middle. AR12 on the way to the feud village is going to get that huge head start over Erikur again. It's going to be more marginal than it was on migration. Now it's going to be only 15%, or maybe after Loom, okay, 20 something percent, but that's still a massive head start to your first few army on water. So knowing AR12 and his water capabilities, he's probably going to play army on water. He's not going to go for a landing straight away and abuse with Saracens archers. That's my assumption, but you never know. I mean, Saracens archers, they melt buildings just like that. And if you can get the market up as well, you just could use the market to sustain whatever protection you need, because you have an easier time adjusting resources. Second dock going up, whereas Erikur is still on 1. And no sign of dropping a second one. Going to gold though with 5 miners total, so he certainly has plans to spend the resources on the galleys here, and now a villager to drop the second dock. Probably looking for shore fish to drop it next to or something. Yeah, it's going here. There's the fuel age for AR12, 2 docks already producing galleys, whereas Erikur will maybe have his second dock up in time, but is still going to, again, like on the migration game, Erikur is going to be lagging behind in military production on water, which you got severely punished for on the previous water map you had, or yeah, water map. Migration is definitely a water map. Villager numbers even though, same number of fish most likely. 4 fish, and same number of villagers. But army is going to be of essence here. 3-1 now for AR12 already. Not having scouted the enemy yet, so if he takes the long way around, that's going to be bad for AR12, I think. But you can't really ignore the fact either that AR12 is now at 3 docks. Erikur is still on 2. He's going for a blacksmith, so might be going for an early fletching here though, which could be beneficial with his also faster moving galleys. Houses near the shoreline, as is usual for water maps, they provide some limited line of sight. So if landing should happen somewhere, you'll get a slight little heads up with houses along the shoreline, or you could even see ships moving near the water. Scout on patrol maybe for Erikur here, let's see. Nah, just moving around. Maybe trying to spot enemy aggression here. Third dock on the way for Erikur. That will go up just in time, I think. And yeah, it's going up. Okay. But it's 9-5 military here now. That is great news for AR12 in this matchup. He will be at a good spot to take good fights here with his superior numbers. Might even snipe a villager here, but if he had fletching, he'd have an easier time. But he's going for the numbers first and foremost. Fletching on the way, by the way. So that's good. Both with fletching now. But AR12 again with 11-7 now. Better numbers. 3 docks. Not consistently producing right now actually, but overall good production to match the enemy numbers here. Forwards 4 now, both with fletching, but AR12 with some weakened or 1 weakened ship won't take that fight. Oh, there's a little bit of galley forward on the right hand side as well actually, but here AR12 has the numbers. Could pull back the weak one for repairs or just microwave away so that's not the one getting hit first. And look at this movement here. Acknowledging the numbers up in the north, they have to pull back. AR12 will chase, and he will probably be chasing from both ends here, easily picking off these 4, while keeping his numbers consistent, because he could attack from both sides. There's actually no escape for Erikur here now. He will have to fight here. It's forwards 4 and roughly equal HP. Whoever's faster. Yeah, true. But it's still a choke point, so... Oh, there are some reinforcement for Erikur. Okay, so that's clever, actually. Using the mobility, quickness here to fight in the backside here. Still AR12 with 2 more though, and he fires faster as well with Saracens. So, alright, faster moving ships versus faster firing ships. to 15 military now. Erikur actually catching up here. There's always a bigger fish. Yes. Got to love the Star Wars quotes. Uh-oh. That was a higher HP galley to sacrifice the weaker one to go home for repairs, I guess. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I wouldn't want to be that guy. So, 12 galleys versus 6 plus... Oh, yeah, raiding some fish here. That's a nice spread out by AR12. Still going for the numbers here and on the way to the cast age. Populations roughly similar. AR12 with slight military lead. Erikur with a little bit more eco and going to click cast age soon. So they're both going forward on each other here. I think Erikur might snipe this dock unless AR12 pulls back. But then again, from what I can see, it's only 3 docks still for Erikur and an unfinished host, whereas AR12 has 4. So AR12 has the means to outproduce like he's doing. It's 21 to 17 right now. We have a run-in up here. That doesn't look too pretty for AR12. But he has more numbers on the way, something Erikur may or may not be suspecting, because he had the raids going on the left hand side there. AR12 is moving away now. He will be caught up by the Berber's faster moving ships if they chase, but then again there's the issue of up times, and AR12 is going to get to War Galley more quickly, Vodkin even, both at the same time, and queuing more ships as well. 21 to 20 military now, but with Erikur only 50%. Okay, I thought he'd click sooner actually, considering his resources, but he didn't anyway. Yet again leaves AR12 in a good spot to chase and diminish Erikur's numbers before Erikur himself can get to War Galleys. The only advantage left, the speed and the possibility of running away. This is one hero galley right there, still surviving with 3 HP. War galleys in, but they are kind of slower as well, at least in terms of micro and hitting and running. Consistent for dock production for AR12 should be able to keep the military lead here now. There's no reason to fall behind the Erikurs. Still only 3 docks here. So there's cast legs for Erikur as well. AR12 consistently using the resource and getting the resources low here. Did he get bow solo? Where is that? Nope, he only has double bit axe AR12, so that's going to make Erikur's wood income more efficient. He's only with 17 villagers on wood, so he could certainly afford more. He'll be losing docks now as well, which is really, really bad news for Erikur. He is only 3 docks still. He certainly has numbers. He misses, both miss careening, so that's not a thing here, but it's on the way for Erikur. He has 23 ships against 23, but once careening kicks in, that's going to be huge, because Erikur will have more resistance towards the shot here. AR12 will have ballistics, sure, but careening is in. AR12 does not have careening. It puts up a great fight still, though, and has much more military. Huh. So we'll now run and move back, investing into more fish, and going for the numbers here now. AR12 doesn't have careening yet. If you check the enemy upgrades, he'd know that they have it, and you need significantly larger numbers to win. Faster moving rate working wonders for Erikur as well, since he can chase and run and get some more pickoffs. But there are going to be more numbers here. A couple ones in the backs just in case of raids. Erikur just to chase now. And will definitely be winning this one unless AR12 rushes careening, something he doesn't really. But he still has slight numbers lead here. Completely equal villagers here. Military numbers also somewhat similar, but one very significant defense upgrade lacking for AR12 here. I'm assuming Saracens get that. Yeah. Fast firing allies, yeah, good point. Good point. So 19, 21, 22. Everybody was just massing up numbers now. I saw some red over here, but that was probably just an illusion. Scout patrolling the troll line here for Erikur, just in case of any landing. But AR12 with the leading position in terms of army numbers, now getting careening as well, isn't really needing to land just yet. Ballistics on the way for Erikur. AR12 has ballistics already, that was the first one he got. That's also going to apply to archers if he ever goes for landing and goes for an archer's play. That could come in handy for the archers as well. 28 versus 27. But I believe AR12 has more consistent hit points than Erikur does in this fight. Stacking up here, should be pretty equal fight here, but more red overall from what I can tell, so... Yeah, good fight for Erikur, definitely. Also positioning the ships in a way that even if you wanted to pass through, you couldn't here. For the first time so far in the match, I think we have AR12 behind the military numbers, at least slightly. It's 20 to 17 here. But again, more consistent production. Erikur with 3 docks. AR12 with at least 4. Yeah, that's 4. So 19 versus 19. Roughly similar numbers here. Erikur with more total. But does he have them collected? He has a few in the back as well, just to defend against any potential raids on the fish. And wisely so, because AR12 has a few here, wants to try and get some hits in on the woodline. Will be intercepted by 3 galleys here from Erikur. I'm cheering for my boy AR12, but I'd love to see Berbers winning at their full potential too. Yeah? Berbers seem underrated on water. Erikur with the numbers here now. It's marginally, but he has them. And look at the villager numbers. Still so even. I think both players 1 TC here. Second TC on the way up for Erikur now, so he will be having more villagers moving on. And look at the military numbers, 21 to 9. Is this a water comeback for Erikur here? I think it is, at least from the looks of it right now. 5th dock for AR12, so definitely with the potential to match Erikur again here. We are with 4 docks with Erikur, and it should be 5 total for AR12. More gold in the bank for AR12 as well. And what was the KD like? Erikur with more kills. AR12 is still on 1 TC, and I am on AR12's point of view now. These are his resources. So he's floating quite a bit of gold, and seems almost to be struggling a little bit for wood here, but could just be inefficient lumber camps. Yeah, I've been very focused on micro on water here. This is a long walk for these lumberjacks. I think Erikur might be... Yeah, he's refreshing one right now. He's keeping them close. And that could explain the turnaround in the numbers of water, because Erikur is 49 on wood, 8 on gold. But more consistent wood production. AR12 didn't abuse Saracen's market, huge mistake. True, when you have 800 gold as Saracens, you totally have to use it to adjust. And actually, there hasn't been any market usage of significance here. Well, he has the market, but didn't really use it. They both had markets. And it looks like it's going to be Erikur's game on AR12's home map for the 5th game of this best of 9. Wow. That is impressive. So Erikur definitely to be reckoned with on water. Must have some reasoning behind staying on only 3 docks here when AR12 the whole time had 4. That does free up some wood for more production, and you have the hit and run potential with your or fleeing potential with your faster ships, but still impressive play by Erikur being actually with consistently with 1 dock less and being slower up as well. But this time it works out for him. Even slower to the both ages here for Erikur. But seem to be more consistent in wood. Refresh the lumber camps maybe in a better time here. 87 to 63 KD, and Villager High in the end did go to 2 TCs. And overall military numbers actually kind of higher for AR12 here. Earlier ballistics, later careening. Maybe doesn't matter as much with the faster firing it, but then diminishing in the end. Have some faults here and ends up losing the home map here.